ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
So good morning everybody. So already one chapter completed successfully, motion in a straight line. Now we are going to start heat topic, heat part. One of the most important part in mains point of view or NEET point of view, whatever it is. Especially in NEET point of view, in NEET exam out of 45 questions, minimum 7 questions will come from this part. 7 questions. It's very easy and number of questions are also more easy and important. So now we are going to discuss about heat part. In that first chapter, heat part, 3 chapters are there: thermal properties of matter, thermodynamics, kinetic theory of gases. These are the 3 chapters: thermal properties of matter, thermodynamics, kinetic theory. These 3 chapters are completely called as heat part. So in that first we are going to discuss about thermal properties of matter. Thermal properties of matter. Thermal properties of matter. In this, so different concepts in this. We have in this thermometry, next expansion of solids, expansion of liquids and expansion of gases and heat transfer. Heat transfer also, according to NCERT syllabus, heat transfer also includes in this chapter only. So that those are calorimetry, next conduction, convection and radiation. So these are the topics includes in this chapter: thermometry, expansion of solids, liquids, gases, calorimetry, conduction, convection, radiation. Now first we can discuss about this thermometry. So total 8 topics in this, 8 topics. So in this first one, thermometry. First we can discuss about thermometry. What is meant by thermal? Thermal means what? So we have in our daily life, for example, electric current can be produced in different ways. Thermal current, next hydel power, that means current must be produced with the help of water, and current must be produced with the help of air. So that means like that, and the current must be produced with the help of solar panels. So among these, first we can discuss about thermal means what? Thermal means heat. What is meant by heat? How the heat produced? Heat increases or decreases means what? Heat is the form of energy. Heat is the form of energy only. Heat individually, heat means it's a form of energy only. Heat energy. How can you measure heat energy? With the help of temperature. So that is the most important thing in this chapter we have to discuss about is temperature and heat. So first of all, what is meant by temperature? Before going to that, what is meant by temperature? So temperature is nothing but it's a thermal condition of a body. So first we can discuss about temperature. Temperature means it is the thermal condition of a body so that the body is ready to transfer heat energy. So temperature is nothing but it explains about thermal condition of a body, whether the body is ready to transfer heat energy or not. That is called temperature. Or simply, in simple words, how can you define temperature? Means the degree of hotness or coldness. The degree of hotness or coldness is also called as temperature. But exact definition is temperature explains about the thermal condition of a body so that the body ready to transfer heat energy or not. So when the body transfer heat energy, when the body gains heat energy, when the body loses heat energy, when the body gains heat energy. So that is important here. So transfer heat energy, this is the condition. So before going to this, what is the unit of temperature? The unit of temperature is degree Celsius or centigrade, Fahrenheit, Kelvin. So measure unit of absolute unit of temperature is Kelvin. According to dimension, temperature is the fundamental physical quantity. Temperature is the fundamental physical quantity and it is the Kelvin. It's dimensionally it represented as Kelvin. So basic unit of temperature is Kelvin and it is also can be represented in Celsius, Fahrenheit also. Celsius and Fahrenheit also. That is important here. So this is temperature. It is the thermal condition of a body so that it explains about, it gives the condition so that the body ready to transfer or ready to gain. When the body transfer heat energy, or that means when the body loses heat energy. Transformation means either losing or gaining. So that is the temperature. So its unit is Celsius, Fahrenheit or Kelvin. But basic unit of temperature is Kelvin. It is the fundamental physical quantity and dimensionally it is represented with K. That is important here. This is temperature. Next, what is meant by heat? So these are the two terms we have to discuss importantly. So in the chapter thermometry, mainly it is temperature and heat. Heat means nothing but heat is the form of energy. Heat is the form of energy that flows from high temperature to low temperature. Heat is the form of energy that flows from high temperature to low temperature. This is the definition of heat and this is the definition of temperature. Temperature also defined as simple words, degree of hotness or coldness. So this is the heat. So unit of heat energy is joule or calorie. Joule or calorie. SI unit is joule and calorie. CGS unit is calorie. This is heat is the form of energy that flows from high temperature to low temperature. So but the relation between these two is 1 calorie of heat energy is nothing but 4.2 joule. Exact value is 4.196. Exact value is 4.196, but generally we can consider as 4. So 1 calorie equals to 4.2 joule. So this is heat is the form of energy that flows from high temperature to low temperature. So that unit of heat is joule or calorie. 1 calorie equals to 4.2 joule. So this is heat and temperature. So based on this, first of all, which gives the concept of temperature? So that is, first of all, we can discuss about the concept thermal equilibrium. This is the situation. Thermal equilibrium. First of all, what is meant by the term equilibrium? What is meant by the term equilibrium? What is the meaning of that? That is important. Equilibrium means, in mechanics generally, for example, if a body is placed like this, for example, the number of forces F2, F1, F3, F4, F5, whatever it is, whatever are the number of forces acts on the body, the position of the body does not changes. Then this is said to be equilibrium condition. This is called equilibrium condition. So this is called mechanical equilibrium. Whatever are the number of forces acts on the body, the position of the body does not changes. Position of the body does not changes means, position means what? Whether the body is at rest, after application of all the number of forces, still the body is at rest. If the body is in motion, of course by the application of these forces, the body continues to be in motion. Same. That is called mechanical equilibrium. So that is called mechanical equilibrium. So now, whatever are the number of forces, the position of the body does not changes. That is called equilibrium condition. Then what is meant by, this is mechanical equilibrium. Then what is meant by thermal equilibrium? Thermal equilibrium in the sense, see here, for example, let us say two bodies are in contact. For example, one body is at a temperature of 50 degrees Celsius, another body is at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. One body is at a temperature of 50 degrees Celsius, another body is at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. Now, what if these two bodies are kept in contact? What happens? Gradually the temperature of the first body decreases and temperature of the second body gradually increases. Why the temperature of the first body decreases? Why the temperature of the second body increases? Simple example, if a cup of coffee is placed on the table. So initially cup of coffee, very hot coffee is placed on the table. What happens? After certain time, what happens? Its temperature decreases. Why the temperature decreases? That's very important. Why the temperature decreases? Initially, the temperature of the coffee is greater than surrounding temperature. For example, this is the room. If a cup of coffee is placed on the table, what happens? Definitely the temperature decreases. Why? Initially, the temperature of the coffee is greater than temperature of the room. So that's why the temperature, how the temperature decreases, that's very important. How the temperature decreases? By the exchange of heat energy. By the exchange of heat energy. The heat energy lasts to the surroundings, then only the temperature decreases. So that in the same way, here the temperature is 50 degrees Celsius, here the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Here the heat energy flows from high temperature to low temperature. Up to what extent? Heat energy flows from high temperature to low temperature. Definitely, no doubt about that. Heat energy flows from high temperature to low temperature. Up to what extent? Up to both the bodies will attain common temperature. Up to both the bodies will attain common temperature. Up to that extent, heat energy flows from hot body to cold body. When after certain time, these two bodies will attain common temperature. After certain time, these two bodies will attain common temperature. That common temperature, if these two bodies are gaining common temperature, that condition is said to be thermal equilibrium condition. That condition is said to be thermal equilibrium. So, if two bodies, what is meant by thermal equilibrium means, if two bodies are at different temperatures are kept in contact, two bodies are at different temperatures are kept in contact, then heat energy must be exchanges between those two bodies. Heat energy flows from hot body to cold body, no doubt about that. Due to that, after certain time, both the bodies will gain, common temperature. When the two bodies gain common temperature, that condition is said to be thermal equilibrium condition. That condition is said to be the thermal equilibrium condition. So that means, for example, this is 50, this is 20. Heat energy flows from hot body to cold body. Hot body to cold body. In the same way, heat energy flows from cold body to hot body also. But when compared to this one, this is negligible. When compared to supply of heat energy, this is also supplies certain amount of heat energy. But when compared to this one, that is negligible. So after certain time, there is no net exchange of heat energy between those two bodies. Net exchange. So initially, this is at 50 degrees Celsius, this is at 20 degrees Celsius. So let us say this supplies 30 calories of heat energy and this supplies, let us say 0.1 calories of heat energy, for example. So that means hot body supplies 30 calories, cold body supplies only 0.1 calories. So that means when compared to 30, this 0.1 is negligible. What is the net exchange here? 30 minus 0.1, that is 29.9. So what is the net exchange of heat energy exist? 29.9. That means this temperature gradually decreases. After certain time, let us say hot body supplies 20 calories only. Then cold body supplies, let us say 10 calories. What is the net exchange? 20 minus 10, that is 10 calories. So due to the decrease in temperature of the first body and the increase in temperature of the second body, net exchange of heat energy gradually decreases. Net exchange of heat energy gradually decreases. After certain time, net exchange of heat energy must be zero. Net exchange of heat energy 0 means, let us say if the first body supplies 5 calories, second body also supplies 5 calories. Net 5 minus 5 equals to 0. After certain extent, what is that extent? If both the bodies will gain common temperature, then net exchange of heat energy must be 0. That means if the first body supplies 5 calories of heat energy, second body also supplies same 5 calories. What is the net exchange? 5 minus 5 is 0. This situation is said to be thermal equilibrium situation. Thermal equilibrium situation. So here one question arises. Of course, the two bodies are in thermal equilibrium. If those two bodies are exchanging heat energy or does not exchanging heat energy? That is the question. If two bodies are kept in contact, after certain time, those two bodies will gain common temperature, so that those two bodies are said to be in thermal equilibrium. No doubt about that. In this situation, in thermal equilibrium situation, whether the two bodies are exchanging heat energy or does not exchanging heat energy, definitely those two bodies are exchanging heat energy, but equal amounts. Net exchange of heat energy must be 0. Whatever is the heat energy supplied by the first body, the same amount of heat energy must be supplied by second body also. First body supplies, let us say, 5 calories of heat energy to the second body. In the same way, second body also supplies 5 calories of heat energy to the first body. So then net exchange is 0. Best example here, let us say I am giving one example. Here one person having 1000 rupees, another person having 100 rupees. So let us say 1000 and 100 is considered as temperatures, 50, 20, just like that. So this person goes on giving money. So for example, in the first case he gives 500 rupees. In the same way, this person gives 10 rupees. First person gives 500, second person gives 200. Second person gives 10 rupees. What is it? How much this person have now? So this person gave 200 rupees. So already the person having 100, total 300. But this person giving 10, that is 290 rupees this person having. And this person 1000 minus 200, 800 plus 10. So 810. Next, this person gives again 200 and this person gives 50 rupees. So if the person gives 200, remaining is 610. 610 plus he gains 50, 660. Next here, already 290 rupees plus 200, 490. 490 minus 50, 440, like that. So here money increase, here money decreasing here, amount of money given by the first person decreases and amount of money given by the second person increases, like that. Here money goes and decreases, the amount of money given by the first person also decreases, the amount of money given by the second person increases, like that. Temperatures are different. In the initial stage, first body supplies more amount of heat energy, second body supplies less amount of heat energy. If this temperature goes on decreases, తగ్గిపోతుంది. So this temperature goes on decreases, then the heat energy supplied by the first body also decreases. Supply of heat energy depends on temperature difference. If the temperature difference is more amount of heat energy supplied. If the temperature difference is less amount of heat energy supplied. So here initially the temperature difference is 30 degrees, more amount of heat energy supplied. Next, let us say the temperature difference 25. So amount of heat energy difference decreases. Next 20 decreases, 15, like that. If the temperature difference goes on decreases, amount of heat energy supplied also decreases. That's the matter here. After certain time, these two bodies will gain common temperature. That common temperature condition is called thermal equilibrium. That is the concept of thermal equilibrium. Simply, how can you say thermal equilibrium? How can you define the condition of thermal equilibrium? Thermal equilibrium means, definition, how can you write thermal equilibrium? If two bodies are at different temperatures, are kept in contact, after certain time those two bodies will gain common temperature. After certain time, those two bodies will gain common temperature. This common temperature condition is called thermal equilibrium. How the thermal equilibrium condition attains? Due to exchange of heat energy. Which body exchanges more? Hot body exchanges more heat energy. Cold body exchanges less amount of heat energy. So that is the condition. So this is thermal equilibrium. Next. So here one important, that is zeroth law of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics. So what is this thermodynamics? So this is we are discussing about thermal properties of matter. Why it is thermodynamics? This law is important here, zeroth law. So based on this only we can define the thermal equilibrium condition. That's why it is zeroth law of thermodynamics. How can you define this zeroth law of thermodynamics? That means, see here, definition is two bodies are in thermal equilibrium. Two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with third body. Two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with third body individually. Two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with third body individually. Then those two bodies are also said to be in thermal equilibrium. If two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with third body, two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with third body individually, then those two bodies are also said to be in thermal equilibrium. That is zeroth law of thermodynamics. If you see this definition directly, we don't have any idea, but diagrammatically it is having very easy to understand. So let us say this is A and this is B and this is C. If A and C are in thermal equilibrium and B and C are also in thermal equilibrium, then we can say that A and B are also in thermal equilibrium. Simple. Two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with third body individually. These are the two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with third body individually. Individually in the sense A and C are in thermal equilibrium, B and C are in thermal equilibrium. Then we can say that A and B are also in thermal equilibrium. Then those two bodies are also said to be in thermal equilibrium. These two bodies are also said to be in thermal equilibrium. Simple way. By using the diagram, it's very easy to understand. See here, first A and C are in thermal equilibrium, B and C are in thermal equilibrium. Then we can say that A and B are also said to be in thermal equilibrium. That's a situation it is. Very easy. So why this zeroth law here? This zeroth law explains concept of temperature. What is the importance of this zeroth law? Zeroth law explains about concept of temperature. So this thermal equilibrium explains only the concept of temperature. So what is the condition? Major condition to bodies are in thermal equilibrium? Temperature must be constant. Without the concept of temperature, not possible to explain the thermal equilibrium condition. Without the concept of temperature, it is not possible to explain the concept of thermal equilibrium. That's why zeroth law only explains about the concept of temperature. That is the importance of zeroth law. That's why we are discussing this zeroth law here, because it explains concept of temperature. Why the concept of temperature here? That is based on thermal equilibrium. When the two bodies are said to be in thermal equilibrium, if those two bodies having the same temperature. That's all. Next. So next, so in thermometry we know about temperature and heat energy. How can we measure temperature? So that is important. How can we measure the temperature? So different scales of temperature we have, different scales, Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, Kelvin scale, like this. We have different scales of temperature. So how can you define these scales of temperature? To define any scale of temperature, any scale, so we have different scales, that is Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin, Reamer and Rankine. So this Reamer and Rankine in a practical use we are not using generally. So just these are also the scale, Reamer and Rankine we are not using practically here. So generally we know about Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, Celsius scale daily. What is the temperature? Day temperature is 37 degrees Celsius or 40 degrees Celsius, like that. Fahrenheit, what is our body temperature? 98, day 98 Fahrenheit or 98.4, exact value is 98.4 Fahrenheit, like that. So medical point of view we can use Fahrenheit scale. Kelvin scale is nothing but absolute temperature. Absolute temperature of the body can be measured with the help of the Kelvin scale. So that is also the absolute scale. That is the basic unit of temperature in calculation purpose. That is we can use Kelvin only. While doing the problems, the temperature must be in Kelvin. That is the standard temperature. Standard temperature is nothing but Kelvin only. At STP, we know that STP, standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature and pressure. In expansion of gases, we can discuss about that. So that is mainly. So these are the scales of temperature. How can we design these scales? How can we design this scale? To design the scale, starting point and ending point is compulsory. Starting point and ending point is compulsory to design any scale. So that is starting point is considered as one thing and ending point is considered as one. Which one is considered as the starting point and which one is considered as the ending point? That is very important here. Which one is considered as starting point and which one is considered as ending point? The starting point is called lower fixed point in any scale. In any scale, the starting point is called lower fixed point. Lower fixed point. Generally, in Celsius scale, 0 is considered as the lower fixed point. In Fahrenheit scale, 32 is considered as lower fixed point. But in Kelvin scale, 273 is considered as lower fixed point. Different scales having different lower fixed points. But what is the basic thing to consider to design the lower fixed point? On the basis of what we can design this is the lower fixed point. Based on what we have to do? That is, the lower fixed point is nothing but, so it is designed on any scale based on melting of ice, melting point of ice. So melting point of ice is considered as the lower fixed point on any scale. Melting point of ice is considered as the lower fixed point on any scale, because this is the starting point generally, melting point of ice. At what temperature ice melts? In Celsius, 0 degree Celsius, Fahrenheit 32 Fahrenheit, Kelvin 273 Kelvin, like that. So that melting point of ice is considered as the standard reference point, that is called lower fixed point. That lower fixed point, what is the standard reference for the lower fixed point? Melting point of ice. And next one is upper fixed point. Upper fixed point. So this is also called as LFP and this is UFP. The standard reference, for the upper fixed point is what is that? Boiling point of water. Boiling point of water. So standard reference for the lower fixed point is melting point of ice. The standard reference for the upper fixed point is boiling point of water. On any type of scale, whatever is the scale, these two are considered as the standard references. For the lower fixed point, for the starting point, what is the standard reference? Melting point of ice. For upper fixed point, that means upper fixed point, what is the standard reference? Boiling point of water. At what temperature water boils? At what temperature the water boils? 100 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius generally. But if you place the same water in the pressure cooker, for example, normal water, if you heat the normal water, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, no doubt about that. But if you place the same water in pressure cooker, water boils at 120 degrees Celsius. Water boils at 120 degrees Celsius. What is the difference? What is the difference? That is the main thing is, due to increase in pressure in the pressure cooker, pressure increases. Due to increase in pressure, boiling point also increases. Due to increase in pressure, boiling point also increases. So later we can discuss about those points. And these two are considered as the standard references. Standard references. Now, next, come to the next, thermometer, types of thermometers. So what is a thermometer? So generally clinical thermometer having certain length, here is a bulb, so that means so steel colored, so bulb. And what is the liquid here? What is the liquid used in thermometry? Mercury is used as the thermometry liquid. Why only mercury is used as the thermometry liquid in thermometers? Why the mercury is used? Why don't we use water? Or why don't we use any other color liquid, whatever it is? So the main thing is, mercury is for mercury, melting point and boiling point of mercury is high when compared to our normal temperatures. When compared to our normal temperatures, the mercury having low melting point and high boiling point. The melting point of mercury is approximately minus 35 degrees Celsius, minus 35 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point is about 350 degrees Celsius. Boiling point is about 350, that is depends on conditions. So if the pressure changes, boiling point changes, melting point changes, everything. Generally, all about it is about 350 degrees Celsius, boiling point is, but melting point is to If the daily temperature reaches to 45-50 only, we are feeling very hot. But if its boiling point is 350 around, so that's why in our daily regular purpose, so that means melting point and boiling point of mercury are boiling point is high, melting point is low. That's why we are using mercury, and mercury is the opaque liquid, opaque. So that's why this mercury is used as the thermometry liquid. Mercury is used as thermometry liquid. And one more thing is the bulb of the thermometer. So the thermometer, the bulb, it's whatever we are using, keep in mouth under our tongue like that. The bulb of the thermometer is in cylindrical shape. Bulb of the thermometer is in cylindrical shape. Why don't it is circular shape? Why don't it is cubical shape like that? Why only it is cylindrical shape? Why only it is cylindrical shape? Why it is not spherical shape? Why it is not cubical shape like that? Because the main thing is cylindrical shape covers the more surface area. Because of more surface area, we are using the cylindrical shape here. So cylindrical shape. Why the bulb of the thermometer is in cylindrical shape? In the sense it covers cylindrical shape having the more surface area when compared to all the shapes. More surface area when compared to remaining all the shapes. That's why if the more surface area means more accurate readings we can do. So that's why the bulb of the thermometer is in cylindrical shape. Cylindrical shape having more surface area when compared to remaining all. Spherical shape is having minimum surface area. Sphere is having minimum surface area, but cylindrical shape is having more surface area. So that's why the shape is like that. Now, so that's why. So now we can discuss about different scales of temperature. Which one is considered as the lower fixed point? That is melting point of ice. Which one is considered as boiling point of water? Which one is considered as upper fixed point? That is considered as boiling point of water on any scale. First we can discuss about Celsius scale. Celsius scale. So we have different scales: Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, Kelvin scale, Reaumur scale and Rankine scale. So first we can discuss about Celsius scale. Celsius scale. So the lower fixed point of Celsius scale is 0. Lower fixed point of Celsius scale is 0 and upper fixed point of Celsius scale is 100. Lower fixed point of Celsius scale is 0 and upper fixed point of Celsius scale is 100. What is the difference between these two? So difference is equals to 100 minus 0, that is equals to 100. So based on what is meant by this difference means Celsius scale consists of 100 divisions, 100 equal divisions. Celsius scale consists of 100 equal divisions. So that is lower fixed point of the Celsius scale is 0 and upper fixed point of Celsius scale is 100. So the difference is 100 minus 0, that is 100. So that means Celsius scale consists of 100 equal divisions, 100 equal parts. So each part is considered as one division. So here each division is considered as 1 degree Celsius. Each division is considered as 1 degree. So lower fixed point is 0 degree Celsius. Upper fixed point is 100 degree Celsius. So the difference 100 equal division. Each division is considered as 1 degree Celsius. So we are moving from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that up to 100. So that is each one is considered as 1 degree Celsius. So this is the Celsius scale, representation of Celsius scale. The lower fixed point of the Celsius scale is 0 and upper fixed point is 100. So the difference is 100 and the Celsius scale consists of 100 equal divisions. Each division is considered as 1 degree Celsius. In the same way, second one, Fahrenheit scale. Fahrenheit scale. So it consists of, so the lower fixed point is here, the lower fixed point of Fahrenheit scale is 32 and upper fixed point is 212. Lower fixed point of the Fahrenheit scale is 32 and upper fixed point is 212. So what is the difference here? Difference is equals to 212 minus 32, that is equals to 180. So it consists of 180 divisions. So Fahrenheit scale consists of 180 divisions. Each division is considered as 1 Fahrenheit. So this is about Fahrenheit scale. Lower fixed point of the Fahrenheit scale is 32 and upper fixed point of the Fahrenheit scale is 212. So what is the difference here? 212 minus 32, that is 180. So it consists of total how many divisions? 180 divisions. Each division is considered as 1 Fahrenheit. Next, third one is Kelvin scale. So this is also called as absolute scale of temperature, absolute scale. So here lower fixed point of Kelvin scale is 273.15, exact value is 273.15. Next, upper fixed point is 373.15. Generally we can consider as 273 and 373, but exact values are 273.15 and it is 373.15. What is the difference here? Difference is equals to 373.15 minus 273.15, that is equals to 100. So Kelvin scale consists of 100 divisions. So each division is considered as 1 Kelvin. So that is Kelvin scale, Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale and Kelvin scale. Generally we are using these 3 scales only. But here we have one more, it is Reaumur scale. Reaumur scale, the lower fixed point is 0 and upper fixed point is equals to 80 and its difference is 80 minus 0, that is equals to 80. So it consists of 80 divisions. Each division is 1 Reaumur. Each division is 1 Reaumur. These are the scales of temperature. Celsius scale, lower fixed point 0, upper fixed point is 100. So it consists of 100 divisions. Each division is considered as 1 degree Celsius. Next, Fahrenheit scale, lower fixed point is 32, upper fixed point is 212. It consists of 180 divisions. Each division is considered as 1 Fahrenheit. And Kelvin scale, lower fixed point is 273 and upper fixed point is 373. The difference is 100. Each division is considered as 1 Kelvin. So Reamer scale, the lower fixed point is 0 and upper fixed point is 180. So it consists of 80 divisions. Each division is 1 Reamer. So this is about scales of temperature.